Alright guys, there's been a ton of news these past few days with all these big game announcements. They're on stage, they're trying to hype some stuff up. But the more I look at the ecosystem, right? What's coming out in the FPS game scene, guess what? Battlefield should beat the shit out of every single thing that's releasing at the end of the year. And I'm not kidding. We're going to go over all the drama that's happened in the past few days, all the big announcements such as COD Black Ops 7, the Splitgate 2 fiasco, Arc Raiders releasing way later than hoped, and where Battlefield stands in all of this. And newsflash, it's Battlefield's time, and the only people that can get in the way of Battlefield taking over the FPS scene at this point is EA and DICE themselves. So let's start going over stuff. We have a lot to talk about. If you enjoy the channel and want to follow FPS games and Battlefield, definitely subscribe and of course hit the like button. If you've never come by a stream, I multi-stream on this YouTube channel and Twitch every single day. Links are in the description. The first thing I want to cover is, of course, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and I just have to say, who gives a flying fuck? Who cares? Okay? That's where I'm at with Call of Duty now. Who fucking cares about this franchise anymore? I don't understand how people continue to be fooled by Call of Duty and by the same game with the same core fundamental problems every single year like it's clockwork. I remember when I used to be excited for Call of Duty games, but the way these yearly releases for Call of Duty have been going on for the past 6 to 7 years, I wouldn't even so much as get out of bed to watch the new trailer. Upon first glance, the new trailer for Call of Duty does not appear to be Call of Duty at all. In fact, if I took this frame right here and told you to tell me what game this is, nobody would say it's for Call of Duty. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing. As long as skill-based matchmaking is still in the game, and as long as aim assist is still overpowered, the game still has the exact same core fundamental problems that ruin the entire experience, and I do not understand why anyone gives a shit about this game anymore. I genuinely feel as though Call of Duty at this point is a cleverly disguised microtransaction venture. That's all it is. Every year they try to release a new fully priced game to try to get the same people to give them more money. I mean, for God's sake, they put skin ads in the create a class menu. So while you're creating a class, you are getting fucking skins shoved in your face, microtransactions shoved in your face. If you play Call of Duty, I don't know what you're doing at this point. They're trying to fucking scam you every year. And on top of that, they can't even put enough creativity into the game to name it anything other than Black Ops 7. We just had Black Ops 6. Like, it's just fucking lazy at this point. What's the over-under that they release Black Ops 15 within my lifetime? It's looking pretty good right now, I'll tell you that. So as far as Call of Duty versus Battlefield is concerned, nobody gives a shit about Call of Duty. All eyes, in my opinion, remain on Battlefield. You take a look at the Twitter comments, you take a look at what people are saying. A lot of people are going, I don't know, bro, I'm going to take a look at Battlefield this year. So once again, I think Battlefield, in terms of just the amount of attention, is definitely going to be more important than Black Ops 7. Then you take a look at Splitgate. I made a video on Splitgate a couple days ago. It's a good game. It's fun, but the developers know it can't survive without a battle royale, which is why in my video I was saying they should release a battle royale to give the game a chance for long-term survival. Maybe there can be some sort of, shake-up in the BR scene with a new take on the genre from Splitgate 2. And, then the developer walks out on stage and shoots his game in the foot, in my opinion. Now, I have to say, I agree with everything that he said. He went up on stage with a hat that said, "Make FPS great again," and then he insulted Call of Duty, saying he's bored playing the same COD game every year. Then he ended the statement by saying he wants Titanfall 3. Now, I think we can all agree that's pretty fucking based. What I don't agree with is his delivery. This guy is a complete moron. You're on stage announcing the Battle Royale for your game that may not even survive anyway, and you decide as a developer to take this massive spotlight, this massive opportunity to market your game, and you wear a hat with a slogan on it that a lot of people associate in a bad light, shall we say. Now, you personally might not give a shit about make FPS great again, but when people hear that type of slogan, they immediately think of like a certain sort of thing, and unfortunately, it does paint your game in a bad light in a lot of people's eyes automatically. Whether or not that makes any sense, again, up to you personally. You can decide for yourself, but just from a PR move, it's not a smart idea. I think we can understand that. And as if that wasn't enough, he is then basically shitting on his peers in the FPS scene. Now, you know, it's Call of Duty, they deserve to be shit on, but maybe it's a good idea as a developer not to do it in this public of a light? Because I do have to say, I'm not so certain Splitgate 2 is going to be around to survive for very long. I'll have a video out on how the new Battle Royale is for that game, probably within this week, so if you want to see that, definitely subscribe to the channel. Then the last thing I want to talk about is Arc Raiders before I get into Battlefield. Arc Raiders had a lot of hype behind it. It kind of caught a lot of people by surprise, including myself. I do not play extraction shooters. Those of you that are around this channel quite a bit know that I pretty much hate extraction shooters as a concept. It's not really compatible with me. However, when I played Arc Raiders, I was like, wait a minute. This might be the first extraction shooter that I actually genuinely enjoy and will put time into. And a lot of people were under the assumption that Arc Raiders was going to launch in June, on June 6th, because of a statement the developers put out. You know, lo and behold, they make this announcement. The game is now releasing in October. It disappoints a bunch of people, but it's understandable. But what it also does is it puts Arc Raiders in competition with a lot of other games that are going to be releasing at the end of the year, and I do genuinely think Battlefield is the one to pay attention to this year. It has all the spotlight, it has all the question marks, it has all the what-ifs surrounding it. And I think if EA and DICE truly did lock in for once in their fucking lives, I think this is Battlefield's time. I really do. There's a great opportunity here. Call of Duty, where it went over that, no one gives a fuck about it, or at least I hope you wouldn't. Splitgate 2, I doubt it's relevant in 6 months' time, and Arc Raiders, kind of a different sort of thing, right? So you don't really have much competition, realistically speaking, for a Battlefield game at the end of the year. It does satisfy a different player base. And I think we can all agree that Battlefield's Battle Royale will be far more interesting than Splitgate 2's Battle Royale, just from a raw amount of people that are interested in its perspective. Whether or not the core Battlefield community is interested in it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, Battlefield's making the Battle Royale to attract a new portion of players, which they really desperately need at this point. EA understands that they need something to compete with Warzone's dominance when it comes to casual multiplayer video games that also have a Battle Royale. And of course I'm talking about, Call of Duty with Warzone. So the ball is in your court, Battlefield, DICE, EA. It's up to you guys to finally deliver a quality product at launch with no stupid BS. Alright, can you manage to do that? Your track record isn't very good. The last time you did manage to do that was Battlefield 1 in 2016. But I think if there ever was a time to lock in, it's right now, because I'm looking at the window of release right later this year. If they decide to delay it, maybe like early 2026, I like the release window. I really do, especially now that GTA 6 is kind of out of the way. So I really truly think this is about as easy as it's ever going to get to take over the FPS scene, or at least try to. It's never going to be this free ever again. It seems to me like people are so fed up with what is out there right now, and people have been clamoring for a good Battlefield game to sink their teeth into for such a long time. BF5 in 2042 left a gaping chasm where Battlefield should have been for the better part of 7 years, and it is time to rectify that mistake and release a good game. So that is going to do it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think of all of this stuff. Splitgate, Arc Raiders, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Leave your comments down below. I will be paying attention to them closely on this video. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and swing by the streams. All links are in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.